What is going on, guys? This is Jay Kraft, the Facebook group Bowl Around Pickers Lounge, and I'm coming at you today with another practical training lesson. If you missed out on last week's video, we talked about how you can list with your iPad and get listings on eBay in under 2 minutes. It's a pretty clever little bit of information to learn if you're trying to speed up your listing process. And today, we're going to be talking about the back half of things, how to go about getting more items to list, specifically within categories that you enjoy working in. So oftentimes I hear from people stating that, I'm going to yard sales, I'm going to swap meets, I'm going to thrift stores, and I'm just not finding the stuff I'm looking for anymore. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of in the same boat as well. It becomes tricky after a while. And each person specializes in their own categories. Some people like action figures, some people specialize in clothing, some people specialize in movies and video games. There's a whole plethora of different categories to work with. And if you're like me and you're a bit of a variety reseller, there's a bunch of different stuff that you're actually looking to source. So I always ask people when I'm doing my training with them, I say, what have you done to ensure that those around you know that you're actually looking for these items? And I usually get met with a bit of a puzzled look, and they say, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Well, maybe your family knows what you buy and what you sell and what you do, and they may reach out to you, but most times we have tons of friends within Facebook that people simply haven't reached out to and let them know, like, hey, I buy and sell, but I specifically specialize in these items. Now, obviously anyone can sit there and say, hey, go post to social media and, talk with people, but we're going to take things a little bit further today. What I want to talk with you more specifically about is social media marketing, but beyond just Facebook. We're talking about Facebook Marketplace. We're talking about Craigslist. We're talking about OfferUp, pretty much any one of these types of apps, even some of the local neighborhood apps, your local newspaper, any type of town that you may live in that has its own website for locating other people within your area, as well as Facebook groups targeted for specific areas and, let's say, the buy, sell, trade format within that town. Now, they're very, very popular over here on the West Coast, but if they're not there on the East Coast, consider even making them. But today what we're going to do is we're going to take just a minute or so that I can show you how I can create a really rich, really vibrant, colorful ad to attract people to contact me with the stuff that they have for sale. It's a very easy process to do, especially if you're one of those people that isn't very technologically inclined. Maybe if you're not very creative in the art world and creating your own graphics. This program that I use, it is a free piece of software if you want to download low-res images, and I'll be honest, they're not sponsored. I pay my money every month, and I use it because it has a lot of the things that I need to very quickly and efficiently make colorful and bright ads, and if I need to, I can import in clip art and not have to pay any royalties on it. But I will show you how to find free images that you can use where you may need to give a little bit of credit, but how to download images and apply them to your graphics that you place online to be able to attract more customers in. Now, formerly I owned a video game store and I operated it for over 5 years, and I can single-handedly say that that type of advertising and marketing probably earned me about an extra $40,000 or $50,000 a year of people calling in with really great stuff. And sometimes they didn't know that it was worth something. Sometimes they didn't know that people were actually looking for and buying these types of things. So when I say, and I'm coming full circle again, do the people around you know that you buy these things? Do your neighbors know? Do the people up the street? Do the people at maybe the restaurant that you frequent all the time? Do people know what you do? Because if they don't, then you're never going to have an opportunity to make money working with them. And remember, it's a two-way street. You're helping them get rid of stuff that they may not need, and in turn, you're generating revenue for yourself. So let's move on over. Let's make a real quick graphic. I think we're going to do one today for, let's do Funkos. I could use some pop figures right now. And I know the market's a little bit all over the place with them. There's some cheap ones, there's some valuable ones, but let's go and take a look. Let's go ahead and build this graphic real quick together. So here we are, we've gone ahead and opened up a brand new window, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be visiting postermywall.com. And I enjoy using this site. It was one of the first ones that I found that really met my needs as far as being able to make a design online. So you can see here they have a ton of really great templates that you can use, and you can come through and you can fill them out however you want, whether you're doing a flyer, banner, promotional piece, whatever. I always start with a blank canvas, and I'm going to warn you now, I'm very quickly going to go through this because I've done it before. I do all of my images to 1280 by 720 pixels. It's a 720, like if you ever heard somebody say a 720p resolution TV, this is the aspect ratio that they're talking about. And you don't have to know much more about that. You're welcome to do independent research if you'd like. And then I always start out with a solid white background. It gives me a little more flexibility to do what I want. Now there's a ton of tools here, everything from importing in clip art, importing in different backgrounds, and you can, with the clip art, you can just click right here and you can type in whatever you're looking for. So for me, I'm looking for toys. I'm looking for Funko Pops and stuff to that effect, and I can get a whole host of different images. We got a brick background that's kind of cool, a kid holding a dinosaur, a toy bag even, and you can import these right in. Now some of these do cost money, but this one right here, it doesn't appear to cost anything, and I can use this one, and it'll notate to you if it's something that costs money, but I can just drop that in. But what I try and do when I create my graphics is I try and make it colorful and dynamic and something that's going to grab someone's attention when they're scrolling through on social media. So I like to layer some stuff up just to get the ball rolling. We're just going to lay down this right here, fill in this area, and we're just going to throw some good color in there. And like I said, the goal is to get people interested in what we have for sale. And we're going to even add a little bit of a border to that. And the thing is, I'm no specialist in graphic design by any means. I frankly don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing this here in real time with you. I just happen to be doing voiceover as I am doing my editing. So let's just go ahead and get this pretty looking lined up. Let's go ahead and change that background out. Let's go with a, I don't know, let's go with a bluish color. There we go. That's got a lot of pop to it. And you might look at my graphics and you might hate them. That's fine. But let's get to the bulk of it. Let's add in some text now. What we're going to be doing is putting in "We buy Funko Pops and other great vinyl figures." And we're going to choose a different font over here. I'm going to be going with the Bangers font, and there's a lot of great fonts to choose from, but you're going to want something that has a bit of attitude with the type of category that we're working in, because we're working with Funko Pops right now. We're going to want something that's, I don't know, a little bit more towards the comic side of things, a little more fun. So we're actually going to jam that up there. That looks really, really great. Formatting, spacing, positioning, and everything is always important. And then we're going to add in, I would like to have a image of a pop figure. That's what I would like. So let's open up a new tab, and we're going to type in, what are we going to do? Funko Pop, and I want a PNG, and a PNG is an image that has the cutout done for it. So if we look at this one right here, we can see that we have a Superman right there. Let's go ahead and make this full screen. That's a great looking image, and these gray and white squares in the background mean that it is a cutout. So there's no background. It's just going to be the center image through here on it. So we're going to double click on this or right click on it, and we're going to do save image as, and we're going to save it as Superman. Now I do see here it says JPEG. Hopefully it'll save as a PNG, but we'll see. I'm just going to go ahead and click in. Sometimes you have to click into these images and download them from the actual official site for it to be able to work. I am not a robot is what a robot would say. So that's going to go ahead and download that one too. And I'm actually happy that I did both iterations so that way I can show you. Now we come back over here. We're going to add this photo. Click add from photos, and you can see other PNGs. You can see elements from the show, different bits that I worked with. All my slides for the show are made in here. So we got that one right there. We're going to add that one in, and then I'm also going to add in the one that went to my desktop, which is this JPEG right here. I want to add that one in too. And you can see the one that I downloaded straight from Google is not correct, but the other one is correct. So we're going to go ahead and delete this one out, and we're going to get this sized up. This is a great looking one right here. And even though it's a free web-based piece of software, you can get away with some amazing things to make your image look truly special and truly unique. So we're going to give this guy a little bit of a platform to stand on. Now there's an option here to send this one to the back, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to make the color a little bit darker, and then we're even going to lower the opacity. And I understand some of this is going to be going over some of your guys' heads, which is okay, but that's why we have it in video format, so you can always come back and watch it again. But the whole idea of this is to create really great advertising, so that way people will call you. So we're going to move this up, and we need to add a little bit more text. So that's what we're going to do right here. We're going to put call today, comma, looking for small and large collections, fast, all caps, cash. So we're going to stretch that out. Looks like I don't know how to spell cash correctly either. And we're doing all caps on that to really emphasize that. So that looks okay, honestly, but there's still a little bit more that we can do. I think we're going to add a little more character to this by adding some contrasting colors to this. I think we're going to add in, maybe we could even take this color right here, and what we're going to do is try and apply it behind everything else. See if maybe we can get that to stripe through and see how that kind of looks. Oh, that we can't do that. That's right. We have this with an outline here. So we can actually take this, remove the outline, okay, and get this into position, and then I'm going to manually Control C, Control V. We're going to make another one, and we're going to make this one black. We're going to make this one slightly larger. Bump it over here. We're going to send that to the back now. There you go. Now what's really great about this software is, like I said, it's completely free to use if you want to use this, and there's other sites that do a very similar thing. But yeah, if you enjoy it, go check it out. It doesn't cost anything, but if you do want to download in a slightly higher resolution, it may cost you a couple of bucks. I pay $10 a month for this, which I think is a fair price just for the functionality that it gives me. But I will be switching over to something a little more advanced here soon, because some of the stuff I want to do is it requires a little bit more ease of use, I would say is the best way to put that. Let me see if we can send this back one more. Nope, just because of the way this is layered, that's how that's going to be for now. I don't think I can get that on top now. But what we can do is we can bridge the gap. And like I said, this is just a basic piece of software for people who do not wish to download any additional software or pay any extra money to be able to use stuff. They just want to be able to go online and make a quick design. We're going to copy that, and then, whoop, where did that go? So some of this stuff, it's just fine detail stuff, but it does make a difference. And if you've wondered how I make the slides for the show, this is exactly how I do it. Those of you who don't know, I do a show every Sunday called the Sunday Reseller Roundup. It's definitely worth tuning in for. There's a lot to learn from our program. And then what you would also want to include on this flyer is you have to keep in mind some people are lazy and they're not going to look at the rest of the ad. And you're going to want to put in a call now. And you can place this right here. You can place it up across the top if you'd like. Anywhere you want. You can even move this asset down there. But I just wanted to show you just how quickly you can make a good looking graphic to encourage people to contact you regarding the figure. So this one, I would say this is fine for now. And if you want to add more to it, by all means, don't be afraid to do so. So there you go, guys. That's how you make a graphic using a web-based program to encourage other people to contact you with things that they have for sale. And it can be done with any category you want, and the more time you put into it, the more effort you give it, the better the results you can get. And you would want to take this image and post it into different groups, different Craigslist categories. Wherever you can get that image out, you want to get it to people. And I know some people who go as far as printing out physical flyers and handing them out and getting a little buzz going. Maybe they'll go to an event or something to that effect to get people contacting them. Because certain towns and places are hyper-saturated, and certain places it's very difficult to go out and actually find the stuff. So this is a great alternative to ensure that you are constantly getting influxes of new goods. And obviously, if you don't want to work with people and you don't want to meet people, then this might not be for you. But this has been the backbone of my business, especially before I moved. And I plan to start running ads again in my new town and really capitalizing on all of the reach that I have to ensure that I can make as much money as possible. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I ask that you share it around with somebody you know. You click the dang subscribe button down below, slap the like on the video, ring the bell as well, so that way you get notified when I go live. I'll be live this Sunday, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking about some type of random news because I don't know when you're watching this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and remember, if you don't make that money, someone else will. Have a great day.